All
Hello.
right, we're recording.
We are recording. We have brought video to the pod.
We have made it to the 21st century. We couldn't let everybody outdo us, which is why
Welcome
we're back.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. Everyone, our two friends that listen.
Two friends.
Welcome back. We are Claire and Cayla, and this is Two Girls, One Puck. We have come out of retirement, and
Just like Rick Bonus.
retirement. No, we just didn't record last year, so it's just a whole year.
We took a sabbatical.
We took a sabbatical. That's a better way. We had to get some rest. It was
our
too stressful.
Eat, Pray, Love year.
Eat, Pray, Love year. We were just very, stressed. Anyway, we are back, and we're just gonna start over. Like, not start over, but we're gonna kind of change up the template a little bit, change up the format, and we're gonna start with reintroducing everybody. Yep, it's a reboot. There we go.
A retool, not a rebuild.
Yes,
we're retooling.
We're not a rebuilding, a retooling. Because we're not rebuilding. We're both still here. Bringing a different format. We're not recording in the same room, obviously. We are in separate places, and probably can get these done faster this way. But
hopefully.
We're just going to go through a little bit of reintroductions of ourselves and the podcast, and then get into it. But first of all, why do we have a podcast? Well, we have a podcast because our friend Dylan told us to.
Yeah. It actually went exactly like that.
Yeah, we were talking about hockey, and he was like, "You guys should have a podcast." And then
we were like, "Oh," yeah. And then it was just a joke, like, "Oh yeah, when we have a podcast." And then one day I was like, "Hey, I thought of a name for our podcast." And then 2 days later, we had microphones and we were recording a podcast.
Yeah. Pretty much. What did he tell us the first time? He said something.
Said something very offensive. I don't remember what he said.
Yes, and it was also incorrect.
Claire would be the smart one, and then you would be there too, or something like that. I'm like,
what is it? Like, you would be the pretty one? Like,
no,
it was offensive to
definitely
both
not
of us. It wasn't the pretty. It was something else. The funny one. Like, it was like
maybe
also offensive to me that it was like, I'm not funny and you're not smart.
Yeah, love that for us.
I can't remember. We say it in our first episode, so you guys can go back.
We'll have to go back. We'll have to go back and research.
Also, it's like not accurate, so it's fine.
Truly, like, first of all,
what to expect, what this format's going to look like now. So we are still going to talk about hockey. We're still going to talk about hockey romance novels, or lovingly called hockey smut.
Apparently that's super popular all of a sudden.
Yeah. Wonder why that happened. Also, we came out of retirement because we could not let other people take our place that are like, "Oh, we are the hockey smut and real hockey capitals." No, like a source now. And I was like, you weren't the original source, so we were here first.
We were doing it first.
So we had to come back. Anyway, so we're going to still do our dog of the week. Even if it's been more than a week, it's still the dog of that week.
This week.
We're introducing a new section called Throwing a Fit, and why it can't always be Mikhail Sergachev.
Can't be it every week.
Can't be every week. Doesn't mean it's not this week. And then instead of player of the week, it's going to be player, or moment of the week. Kind of anything that's just a highlight of the week. I think that's what we decided to call it.
Yeah.
Or
just like a highlight. Yeah.
Highlight something we want to be like, this is, everybody should know that this happened. Everyone should try to see it, or something.
Yeah.
Then we will just go into general things in the hockey world. I can't remember what you called it. What did you call it? The other day.
Around the NHL.
Around the NHL. Not necessarily just NHL. We will also talk about other hockey things.
Yeah. We just want to yap, guys. We just want to yap about hockey, and that's why we have a podcast.
I will say it's been really hard for us to start recording because every time we do talking about what we want to talk about, we then go too in depth about what we're talking about.
Wait, stop talking. We have to save it for the pod.
Yes, we have to save it. And then we will finish with a book. And not the full book. We're actually going to do like a reading club. So we're going to do a few chapters of a certain book at a certain time. We'll probably go through a series every time. This time we are going to capitalize on its popularity, and we're going to read the Game Changers series.
Yeah.
I have read them already. Liz halfway through.
I've read
a reread.
The first three. Yeah.
You first three, yes. So this is a reread of the first three, at least for you, and a reread for me of all of them. So it's kind of nice to reread them at this time. But
Yeah. We both
you
read
know,
them before we watched the show.
yes, we did
And so
both read
now
them
that
before we watched the
everyone
show.
has watched the show, we're going to go back to the books. The show has been overdone. Everybody's yapped about the show so much, so we're going to yap about the books because that's
Yeah,
what
we're
we've been
actually probably
doing
not
the
even
whole
gonna really
time.
talk about the show that much. Like maybe when we get to that book, we'll talk about it more like parts. But we are
Yeah.
starting with book 1, Game Changer, which is book 1.
So
And
good.
then our next episode, which is most likely going to be next week. We'll see. We don't really have a timeline yet of when we're going to release, but next episode will be specifically chapters 1 through 10 of Game Changer by Rachel Reid.
So good. Yes, so
So I
good.
did not I did not mention the author. It's Rachel Reid's Game Changer.
Rachel Reid, she's so sweet.
Yes. And then
And
once
she
we
just
get through the
announced,
series,
yeah, she just announced book 7 today.
yes. So once we get through the series, we will be ready for book 7.
And for season 2.
And for season 2. So, yeah. So we have 6
Ugh.
books already to get through. So if you would like to purchase them and read along,
Yes.
that's what we're
Highly
doing.
recommend. Highly
Highly
recommend the books.
Yes.
They're all so good.
Yeah. So do you want to go into a little bit of intros of ourselves? That's what was next.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I'm Cayla. I live in Dallas, adjacent in the burbs. And let's see, I've been here it'll be 13 years in March, which is crazy. Moved here from Missouri, just like Claire. That's one of the many things that we have in common. I work in the medical field, another thing we have in common. I forgot that our bios are basically the same.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah, I've got my dogs, and it's just me and the dogs.
How did you become a hockey fan?
Okay, so my family, I grew up at Lake of the Ozarks, but both my parents grew up in the St. Louis area. My hi Gus. My mom's stepdad was a big Blues fan, so I think that's just how my parents are not really into sports, but my grandpa was. And I remember I think I was in 6th grade when my like sports consciousness awoken. And hockey was my first sports love. And so, yeah, I think, my love ebbed and flowed over the years, but obviously after the 2019 Stanley Cup run, definitely reignited. And that's when I like went looking for people to watch Blues hockey with in Dallas. Found our good friend Dylan and his group, and the rest is history, kind of.
And two-time
Do
reigning
Oh,
champ.
yes. 2-time reigning fantasy hockey league champion. They're not going to let me keep playing if I keep winning like this. So I'm trying to make it fun for everybody else, but I think I'm in 2nd right now, technically, in our league. So look at me. I'm going to have to make a comeback.
Look at you.
I know. My friend Steph is beating me right now. I think I'm 10-3 and she's 11-2. So I might have a run for my money this year.
There you go. All right. I'm
Your
Claire,
turn.
and you will be called the play-by-play, and I will be the color commentary.
I love that.
Obviously, Kayla's the brains of this operation. She comes with all the data and stats to back it up, and I am here purely on vibes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know what I'm talking about to an extent, but like numbers and math is over my head.
Yeah.
So, and I do understand it. It's just, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I like
I
that
only
player.
know it because
Why?
of fantasy hockey. I keep a
This is
close
true.
eye on the stats.
Yes. Also live outside of Dallas. I'm from St. Louis originally. And I can't remember what else you said, but
How long have you been here?
I have been in Dallas for 10 years. Just crazy. From St. Louis, Missouri. So yeah, pretty easy pipeline. I joined Dylan's group, St. Louis Fans of Dallas, or STL Fans of Dallas, in 2019 when we were in the playoffs. I was trying to find somewhere to watch hockey games, specifically the Blues playoff games, and I found a Reddit thread that said
That's
the
so
Nodding
crazy.
Donkey
I was even
in
Googling
Dallas,
during the
Texas.
playoffs. I was Googling
Yeah.
trying to find somewhere to watch, and I wish I had found you guys sooner.
I found a random Google to a Reddit thread that said that they sometimes play Blues games at this bar in Uptown. And I was like, never been there. Okay, let's check it out. drove
That's so
down,
funny.
didn't know anybody, didn't know the Facebook group existed, which there's a Facebook group official. And then now I think there's a website, there's Instagram, there's a bunch of stuff that Dylan's
Yeah.
done. Didn't know, walked in, met Dylan and his the other person that used to run it with him, and they were just like sit at our table, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that
that
crazy?
was
I showed up
2019.
by myself the first time too.
Yeah.
But
So
I can't remember. I think I did find the Facebook page eventually.
yeah.
I don't
Probably you
remember.
had to have. Like
It had.
we then became official. We became an official. I was part of the team that worked to get an official We Bleed Blues bar. We
Yeah.
did a pub crawl, a Stanley Cup Championship pub crawl for money, and I helped organize that.
Yeah.
So I've been helping a little bit with Dylan on some of the back end stuff with the group. I do not own it, and I do not want to, but I do help sometimes. Both of us do now, but yeah. And that's how we started.
Yeah.
What got me into hockey? My family is a sports family. I have two brothers. They play baseball, not hockey. No, I am not. I am not a sports player. I am not good. I have no hand-eye coordination. I cannot play sports. Now, wish I could, but can't. My brothers play baseball. My uncle played college baseball. My cousin played college. I just grew up at the ball field, playing around everyone playing baseball was always there. And my dad was always a huge hockey fan. And we take it back. My dad used his student loan money to get season tickets back
Oh
in
my
the day.
gosh. I love that for him.
Yes. So, like, he's always a Blues fan. My mom liked hockey too, but the lockout happened in, like, the 90s and 2000s, and it's kind of like we kind of lost it a little bit. And
That's
they had
kind of,
kids,
yeah.
and we were at the ball
Yeah.
field. And then, again, always playing, always having sports around. All of, like, my cousins or boys, everybody, like, grew up around it. And then in college, my college roommate, her dad had partial season tickets to the Blues, and she was a huge fan. She had, like, posters all over her wall. And I got back into it, and I
Yeah.
rediscovered it, and that's been it ever since. And then I rediscovered my love of hockey, and there's no better sport out there. There's just not. It's the
Truly.
best.
It is the best.
Truly the best. So since college, I have been mega into hockey and into the Blues. And even when I lived in grad school down in Georgia, and people thought it was so weird because they were like, "You're into hockey? Like,
They don't even have hockey
why
there.
not football? Like the SEC." And I went to Mizzou, so
Right.
it was an SEC school. It was an SEC school by then. And they were like, "Really?" I was like, "No." I'm like, what's the hockey teams doing? What's going on? That was so strange. So
Yeah.
but
Because
anyway,
Savannah didn't have the Ghost Pirates then, right? When you were
they
there.
did not have the Ghost Pirates. No, they didn't
No.
come for years later. So
Can you imagine how much fun you would have had if they had had the Ghost
it's so much
Pirates?
fun. The Savannah Bananas didn't exist either. They were the Sandbats.
Yeah, that's true.
They were a
That's-
minor league team. The Sandbats, like
Yeah.
all of that stuff didn't exist when I was there. So
Yeah.
would have been cool.
Sad.
All right. I guess that's a good for intros. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
But that's us.
I think that's good.
Okay.
Team
Dog.
Dog of the week. Guys, back in September, the Stars introduced this cute little husky corgi mix named Puck. And they were like, oh, look, it's our team dog. Hasn't been seen since. We're going to put up a missing poster. We're going to be staging a search party. There are like 3 pictures of this dog on the internet, and never again has it been seen. So do they still have a team dog? Do they not? We don't know. No one knows. I'm going to have to do some PI research and see if I can find out anything else about this dog, because he or she, I actually don't even know the gender,
No, don't know.
is missing in action.
Yeah,
But
we need that missing
It's a
poster.
very cute dog. Check our Instagram. I'm literally gonna make a missing poster and hang it up on the grid.
Nice.
Actually, we should print them out when we go to the game and put them up at the AAC.
Oh my god. That's our poster. That's our sign. Then we'd put it up and be like,
We would get
where's
kicked
Puck?
out so fast.
Missing in action.
Put a QR code to the pod on the back.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Any leads, tips of where he is or she is? Oh man.
I'm
Epic.
dying. That would be so funny.
Yeah. Okay. Throwing a fit.
Who's throwing a fit this week?
This week, I think this week we're just gonna introduce it because I can't choose. Mainly, you're just gonna have to like make me not pick Mikhail Sergachev every week.
Here's the thing. We can have throwing a fit, and then we can have the Mikhail Sergachev portion of throwing a fit.
Yes, yeah, we can. So this is all about.
It could be. Does anybody measure up against Mikhail Sergachev
That's
this
perfect.
week?
That is perfect. Does anybody? So this is basically about the player walk-in attire. So the NHL lifted their restrictions this year, the rules of like the suits, which some teams already allowed a little bit of like experimentation and difference with their outfits, but the NHL has lifted that completely. Some teams choose to kind of stay a little bit more, I guess, conservative in their dress.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a team decision or the player's decision. Some of the players, it's
Yeah.
worked for them this long, so they're just going to keep with it. They're into their routines. And some are just having so much fun and experimenting it, hiring stylists. We love it.
Fun.
Mikhail Sergachev is the master. He's the top. Does anyone measure up? So basically just check out his fits. He is posting them now on his Instagram again. Like he's reposting.
Good.
Because he was interviewed in that article about fashion.
Yeah.
About his clothes, and now he's been like reposting them. But other things to follow is NHL Styled, really cool account on Instagram that's got like all of the different fits, the best ones. Obviously, there's obviously more than this, but most teams post like an entry photo of like a few of their team members. And so reposting, and also why is it always the Utah Mammoth, best dressed team in the league, Utah Mammoth?
Yeah.
You got Sergachev
100% agree.
and Keller. It's just,
People
so
will
NHL
argue that
Styled,
Toronto is on that list, and I'm like, Toronto is not outdoing Utah.
Toronto's not outdoing the Mammoth. And then also Sweet Annie OD on Instagram does great like rapid fire videos walking through different fits. She finds ones that I don't see all the time too. Like I think she does some great research. So
deep dives.
So, and I love her just like smart takes on it. It's just like, sometimes I'm like,
sassy.
It's a brand. Or like the four stripes because it's Tom Brown. She's like, what's that about? I'm like, it's Tom Brown.
Yeah.
But I love watching it. It's cool. Because she has also done like her own like game day fits of like what she wears to the game. So it's really cool to see it like evolve into also critiques of the players' fits. Which we will not necessarily critique. We will just pick our favorites. And right now it's Mikhail Sergachev. So if you're not familiar with his throwing abilities, go check it out.
That's so funny.
And I think the thing is like, I've told you this too, is they're great, like men's wear stuff, but also it's like, I want to wear it. It's not just like, those are great men's suiting are great. It's like, no, how can I recreate this in my own closet?
Yeah.
It's like,
now every time I see him, I'm like, Claire would want this. Claire would want to wear this.
Especially like the jackets and the
wide leg
high-waisted pants. I'm like, yes. I was like, I actually have a tie that I wear in the office sometimes. Like it's a skinny polka dot navy tie. And I'm like, oh God. Also, let's also throw this back. This is also crossing our worlds. I went to fashion school. So this is like,
I always
best
forget
of both
about
worlds
that.
meeting. Yes.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Okay. Moving on. Player moment.
Around the NHL?
Moment, player of the week. I'm going to let you do it.
It's going to have to be, for me, the Stammer Superman jump over our good friend, our close personal friend, Chucky Sideburns.
Close personal friend.
Yes. Yeah. Anyone who at one time played for St. Louis is my close personal friend.
100%.
Not to be confused with our actual close personal friend, Chris Kerber, who we met one time at a party.
Met one time.
And now, I'm not kidding you. I'll be like watching a game with my sister, and I'll be like, do you hear that? Do you hear the man talking? That's my close personal friend, Chris Kerber. And she's like, you met him one time at a party. He's not your friend. I'm like, first of all,
yes,
you're wrong.
We talked to him for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, he's obsessed with us. We were the best part of that party. Stories. He told us so many cool stories.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Steven Stamkos shot. That is epic. That photographer.
Unbelievable. The pictures, the video, the whole crowd losing their mind.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened so fast. Like, obviously, all the still shots are incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it because it's just like so entertaining.
It's amazing.
It's extra
he,
good.
Flips too. Yeah.
He's like fully.
It would have been even better if he would have actually scored.
It would have, yeah. But I'm just glad nobody got hurt.
I'm glad nobody got hurt. I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah. That would have put a damper on
top
things.
of him, or like because he flipped, like didn't land on his head on the ice awkwardly. Right. Yeah. But it's an amazing moment. The picture is iconic. We will see it
So good.
everywhere for
Yeah.
all time. It is,
We'll
I
repost
mean,
it.
I said it's reminiscent of the Bobby Orr, but that was like, they won. And
Yeah.
that was a
Right.
celebration moment, not
Right.
mid-game,
Yeah.
leaping over the goalie.
So
So,
crazy.
yeah, but it's on slow motion on my phone over here.
Yeah.
It replayed again. Turn that off.
So
But
good.
that's our play of the week. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's around the NHL.
Around the NHL. We mentioned earlier that we're coming out of retirement like Rick Bowness. I swear this man's retired 4 times. I know I'm greatly exaggerating, but even when he left Dallas, it was a mutual parting of ways. They didn't renew his contract. They mutually decided not to. And I think before the next season he took where did he go after those
Was he in
Jets?
Winnipeg? Yeah, he was in
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
So I don't think he even took a season off before he went to Winnipeg. I could be wrong. We should have looked that up. And then he was in Winnipeg for a little while, and then like his wife was sick and he took time off. He was like kind of back and forth, and then he's like, no, I'm going to step away. And maybe he took a year off. I guess we should look that up.
I'm looking it up, so don't worry.
Okay. But it's just funny because I'm like, I feel like he keeps retiring and then he keeps coming back. He just can't quit it. He just can't quit hockey. Which I get. And especially, like my dad just retired and I'm just like, yeah, you need a hobby or something. You got to keep doing something.
Yeah, he went from the Stars to Winnipeg.
Does it say like timeline?
He started in Winnipeg as a coach.
I do remember that. Yeah.
So it would have been like full circle if he would have ended in Winnipeg, but he didn't. Yeah, first retired.
Yeah.
He in 2022 he was named the head coach of Winnipeg, and then he retired May 6th of 2024.
So he was out for a year.
Yeah.
Before he came back. It's just funny.
I
enjoyed him. Yeah. I enjoyed him as a coach in Dallas. I'll never forget. I think he was coaching the Stars when they were playing in St. Louis. He got pissed about something and broke a stick. He broke a stick. He's like beating it against the glass or
I remember.
I don't remember. He lost his shit on the bench and broke a stick. And it was so funny because like he's not a young man.
No. I just looked
so
up. He's
mad.
70 years old at the moment.
Yeah. And this was only, 3 or 4 years ago. But
yeah, 2022 is when he left Dallas.
Yeah. Which is funny because he took over for Monty when they let Monty go.
Mm-hmm.
And now Monty's in St. Louis because he led the Stars to their finals run in the bubble because the Stars tried to copy the Blues the year after and have an interim coach take them to the finals. Didn't turn out so well for them in the bubble.
I mean, they made it to the finals. They just lost it.
Yeah.
Tampa won. Sergachev was on that team.
Yeah, he was.
Mikhail Sergachev was on that team.
Full
the
circle.
team that won back to back.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about Bones. Good for him, though.
Yeah.
As long as, everything's good at home, go back to work.
Yeah. News today or recently is the flu in the Chicago locker room.
Sounds dreadful. Sounds truly
awful.
Heinous.
One of the players said he lost 8 pounds in 24 hours.
That's crazy. That's great.
No.
They said Spencer Knight, that's the reason why they brought up their little rookie goaltender. I think he's like 23, got his first NHL win and first NHL shutout in the same game. He lost his first game, but he played it back-to-back. And the second game, he apparently crushed it. But they already sent him back down. But fun for him to have a little NHL experience under his belt so young. But they said, Spencer Knight was going to go. And like 10 minutes later was like violently vomiting. It's like, nope, you cannot play. I just can't imagine. And like, you got to know, like all the other teams are like scared to play against them because they don't want to get their germs.
They also don't want to get sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with the Olympic break coming up, they all want to be in top form. If you're losing 8 pounds in 2 days, it's going to take a minute to bounce back from that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Ick.
Well, and that they still like played so well. Like they see the, young goalie still got a shutout. Like, it's Chicago. So like, what's going on here?
Something, right? They're doing something right.
I mean, they can
so crazy
pull out the Blues. So
yeah. Well, and Bedard's was hurt, and then he's sick, I guess.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Going into Bedard and other things,
Yeah.
Olympics are coming up, and it's first year
Rosters are
back
out.
that first year NHL players since Sochi, NHL players are allowed to play for their national teams. Pretty crazy. It's pretty exciting. Teams are out, rosters are out.
Everybody's pissed.
Everybody's mad. We
They're
have
always gonna be
thoughts.
mad.
They're always gonna be
We do
mad.
have
I mean,
thoughts.
there's only
You're
so
never gonna
much
make everybody
room.
happy.
There's
There
only so
really
much
is.
room on the rosters, and
Yeah.
you have so many good Canadian players, obviously, and
Yeah.
we actually have like a good mix of U.S. players now.
Yeah.
So
They're saying right now at the clip that players are joining the league that US players are going to eclipse Canadian players within the next like 10 or 15 years. Cuz the
they're
US National Development Program, like, Americans are getting into hockey, and so it's just becoming a more popular
there
sport to
are
play.
more people in the U.S. than Canada, so it's not.
Yeah. It makes sense.
There's a bigger pool to pull from
Statistically speaking. Yeah.
statistically. Yeah. So we'll see what
The math
happens
is
in
mathing.
the next years in the
Yeah.
future, but it's still Canadian. It's still Canada's game.
Did
That's where
Bedard
it's
get
invented.
snubbed though?
Okay. He has no experience with high, like, playoff hockey, neither is
Neither
Macklin
does
Celebrini,
Macklin
but he got
Celebrini.
picked. But he got picked.
Kid
I
is
don't know.
crushing it though.
Kid is crushing it, though. Like, you
can't even
yeah.
compare the two, really.
Yeah.
Macklin is who we thought Bedard was going to be. Full stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full stop.
100%.
Macklin is doing what everybody thought Bedard was going to do.
And I think we've talked about this on the other episodes. There was so much pressure on Bedard. And because of that, the next year with
And putting him in
Celebrini,
Chicago, I mean, he's got nothing to work with there. Or he had nothing to work with there. They are up and coming. They have done a lot. Bringing Spencer Knight in has completely changed the game. Having a good goalie, they really struggled, a goaltender for a while. And so, they've got other pieces. They've got a good thing going. They're on the up and up. But yeah, and the injuries haven't helped.
for somebody that chooses things based off the vibes are not there in Chicago, where they are 100% there in the Sharks locker room. Like,
The
I
future
want
is
to be
teal.
there. I want to be their friends. Like, the future is teal. Like, there's that too. Like, I don't, just like Chicago felt just like you're a young kid coming in and all this pressure, all of this stuff on you. And then you're having to
Felt
deal
so
with
stuffy.
like a very
all the
cold
drama.
environment.
There's always so much drama, like bad drama, like not even like
and
fun
there's still
drama.
there's still carrying so much historical stuff too that's happened that's still affecting the team today.
Well, and I feel like every season something else pops up. If it's not Corey Perry, it's something else. It's crazy.
Or the Sharks are just having sleepovers
Sharks
and eating
are
cookies.
So fun.
Having milk and cookies in there.
And bringing Revo in. I'm
yes.
obsessed with that decision.
Yeah.
Obsessed. Like a good veteran guy who's, talk about vibes. You talk about the vibes. Somebody's bringing the vibes. It's going to be Revo.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's just
but
such a, and they're just fun to watch. Yeah.
Yes,
even though they're still
so
not
fun.
necessarily, the best team, definitely not the best team in the West or the Pacific. They're still just so much fun.
Yeah.
So.
And they're going to be fun for a while. I mean, the Sharks are going to be fun to watch for the next decade.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens in Chicago. But yeah, I think Bedard's injury played a part in him not getting,
I'd agree with that.
Because you just don't know what you're going to be getting. He's missed so much time here as of late.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Robo?
We're talking about injury because right after, like the next day after it was announced and everyone was mad that Adam Fox didn't get picked to Team USA, and then it was announced he was going on IR for an injury. Could he have had an injury the whole time?
They probably knew. Yeah.
It's probably not. He probably got through the Winter Classic so he could play that. And then because he knew he couldn't do the Olympics because he needed to rest during the Olympics. Right. So was that a snub or not? We don't know. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but
I kind of wish I did.
Army does.
I kind of wish I could just like be a fly on the wall. I want to hear like what goes into our close personal friend Doug Armstrong
that we've actually never met.
Never met him. No,
never met him.
But we know people that have met him.
We know, yeah,
Our
we
close
know.
personal friend Chris Kerber has met him. Gosh.
Yeah, GM of the Blues is also GM of Team Canada, so
Yeah.
we'll see. RoboStub is interesting. That one, Team USA.
I know. I'm not saying it was the right call. That's way above my pay grade. I will say we have watched a lot of Robo. We have watched all of Robo. We have watched Robo from the very beginning. He tends to disappear in the playoffs. Does that factor in? Maybe.
Again, high stress games. You're only. It's basically the Olympics is the playoffs. It's basically, but it's like one game round. Like it's less because you're not playing multiple.
Yeah.
But it's the high
And this
stress
past year
situations.
he had the injury leading up to, and he missed time in the playoffs, and then when he came back, he was good. But the few years before that, I mean, we've watched a lot of Robo playoff hockey, and it's been like, where is he for a lot of it?
Yeah, typically it's where is he?
And I realize you're going to be playing against the best. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Look, Robo's on my TV right now, left off the USA roster. 45 games this season, second in goals, eighth in assists, first in points, Anyway, that's really funny. Yeah, but it's just, there's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know
And
everything that goes on.
We'll see. I'm sure he'll be on the injured reserve list, and people are getting hurt left and right. So we'll see who all ends up making it to Italy.
Yeah. Quick comment: he disappears in playoffs, except for last year, the third round. He's the only one that showed up.
Yeah, after
Which is
he
because
came back hurt,
from an
right?
injury. Yeah.
So he missed the first 2 rounds.
I think so. I don't remember seeing him in the games we went to.
I think he for sure missed the first round, and I don't think he played in the Colorado series.
I don't remember.
Wait, was Colorado the first series?
Yes, because Winnipeg was the second.
Yes, right.
Because the Blues played Winnipeg first and then got knocked out, and then Winnipeg played Colorado. We won the Colorado.
You're right. I had those confused in my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was a little bit more rested than everybody else on the ice because he missed time. But yeah, I don't know what to think about that. And I realize, when you're playing in the playoffs, when you're playing in the Olympics, you're going to be playing against the best defenders that are going to know exactly how to shut down your best players. That's just how it is. But bro, that's when we need you to shine. That's when we need you to step up. And he's such a good two-way player. Like, I realize his defense is also an important part of his game, not to be overlooked. However, I need you to put the puck in the goal. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I'm excited. I'm ready to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this is what he needs to, put a little chip on his shoulder he keeps saying like, I'm here to play for the Stars and help them win. And it's like, but are you a little bit mad? Are you a little bit mad?
Yeah.
Can you be a little bit mad about it? Have a Jordan Binnington, attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Either way.
Excited to watch the Olympics. I'm ready. I'm ready for some.
So ready.
I mean, after the 4 Nations last year, it's so good.
If they get the rink finished.
That's what's going to be my next comment. Like, what
if they get the rink finished?
That scares me. I'm like, how long did they have?
I saw some pictures and stuff today or yesterday, and the rink is looking better.
Mm-hmm.
The ice is looking better, other than it being the wrong size, which is crazy.
The zones are the same size, or the offensive and defensive zones are but it's the middle. Oh God, I lost my train of thought. The neutral zone.
Yeah. Then you're
smaller, which is
4 feet. 4 feet
These
is
fast
crazy.
Skaters are just going to be flying. Can you imagine Connor McDavid flying?
That's like a 5th grader.
Yeah. I mean, it's a foot shorter than us. So
right, yeah. It's an almost 30-something-year-old woman. Yeah, no, that's bananas. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays in. But they showed a picture of the like locker rooms, I guess, and there's no walls.
There's it's just framed out. That's it. It's just framing. It's just steel framing everywhere. And also the practice facility is not done.
Right. Yeah, they said that ice isn't done yet. But we'll just, hopefully they'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll all come together.
You had 8 years to build an ice rink. Like,
I feel like every Olympics this happens where people are like, they're talking about either like the village isn't done and like the beds are cardboard boxes, or there's black mold in Sochi, or like this isn't done right. Like, it's just
Yeah.
It's
always
I mean, it's a
something.
lot of investment from the people
Yeah.
that live, because I mean, the
Yeah.
cities pay for it, which is,
Right.
the people that live there and the
Right.
government too. So it's a lot to put
Yeah.
on a place. We'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
the Summer Olympics are in LA, so LA has a lot of infrastructure already built to
Right.
an extent for summer, but the winter
Yeah.
ones like really have to be
Well, and
built, like
even
most
for LA,
places.
like, they're gonna be spread out all over the country. Like, I think they said, like, softball's being played in Oklahoma. Like,
Yeah, I think that
it's just
yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm like, "Okay.
they're gonna be all spread out. So it's like, you're telling me there's not an ice rink in the whole country of Italy that they could have used, like, for this?
They gotta have ice rinks, they have mountains and
There's gotta be
skiing,
an ice
like,
rink.
there's gotta be an
Yeah.
ice rink."
Even
Is
if it's for,
it
like, figure skating, like,
Yeah, the difference
you're
is, like, the
just
different sizes, right? Because, like,
right. There's a sheet, and it's named the Olympic size, and Italy's like, "Nah, fam, we got this. We'll figure it out. We're gonna make our own size. It's the Italian size." It's like,
it's very
"Sir,
Italian of them.
I love that for them. I love that
It's
for
gonna be
them."
great. It's gonna be really fun to watch. It's
Listen,
gonna be
they'll
really
figure it out.
interesting. They'll
They're
Yeah.
smart guys,
Yeah.
some of them. I think that's it as far as around the NHL. That's kind of a brief
Yeah.
brief overview of what's happening right now. Obviously, trade deadline is looming, so things are happening. People are getting healthy scratched. What's going to happen to Dougie Hamilton? We don't know. He's on my TV right now, so that's why I said that.
Yeah. Are the Blues gonna trade Jordan Binnington?
No, they're not. There's no way. There's no way. Tomorrow he gets traded.
I know, I know. I'm just to say this. I don't think it's an impossibility.
No, but you got to know the ask is crazy. You got to know that he's gonna want Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith for Jordan Bennington. Like, it's just gonna be something bonkers.
Well, Jordan Binnington has to figure out, he has a certain team. Does he have a full no trade or just certain team? I
Oh, he's
can't
gotta have a
remember,
full
but
no. I'm sure he has a
he's
full
gotta
no
have,
trade.
but he's gotta waive that too. So,
Yeah. And
I
that's
mean,
the
he could
thing,
go,
like,
but the thing is, and if he was going to go, he's going to go to a team that is potentially going to the playoffs and a cup winning team. So
right.
that's the thing too. It's like,
Edmonton.
ooh, dead, yeah.
Edmonton.
Toronto, not Toronto. Why did I say that? Toronto. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I hear the Senators might be looking for a goalie. Anyway, just kidding. These are people's lives.
Yeah, these are
I
human
hope that they
beings,
are
real
all, like,
people.
laughing behind closed doors about it, though. The Corey Perry thing was crazy, and that was not funny, but, like, this being, like, a whole team thing and not being, like, a
Mhm.
really other than Allmark, obviously, like, his name is in it, but hopefully they're just like, "Guys, this is the dumbest thing we've ever heard."
Yeah, hopefully. But again, these are real people, and
Yeah.
we do not know them. Just because you watch them
No.
on TV, you follow them on Instagram, you see their
Yeah.
interviews, you do not
Yeah.
personally know these. Most of us do not personally know them. And, like, even if you have our close friend,
Or
Chris
close
Gerber, we
personal
don't actually
friends.
know this man. Like, we've met him once. Like, at the end of the day, we do not know this man.
Yeah. Truth.
Like, you don't know what
Truth.
they're like. You don't know, like,
No.
you are not Yeah.
So, everybody turn off your internet, go outside, breathe some fresh air, touch some grass, and just calm down.
Take a deep breath. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all I got.
I think that's
We
it.
were on way
So
longer.
next
This
week
is
at
gonna
this point, we'll start talking about game changers. We'll do
Yes, well,
game
we'll start
changers at the end. We'll do the book at the end.
Yeah.
That way, if you're not caught up, you don't want spoilers. You can just turn us off when we start talking about the book.
Yeah. We'll do chapters
But
1
please read
through
the book with
10.
us. It's really good. Guys,
It is
it's really
good.
good. It's my favorite. I liked book 1 better than Heated Rivalry. I liked the Skip story better than Shane and Ilya.
I read them too fast. I can't remember. So I will tell you as we're reading through which one I like better.
It was so good.
Per usual, I read them way too fast. This
Yeah.
taking of chunk by chunk is gonna make me slow down and really pay attention. I'm
Maybe
a
we
speed
can make
reader, guys. If you
blueberry
don't know
smoothies
this.
next week to have while we drink or
Yes,
while
that's
we
what we should do.
record.
We should blueberry and banana smoothies.
I don't really like banana.
I know. You don't need to do it. Just blueberry.
One of the coffee shops I go to in Dallas has a Blue Moon over Brooklyn, and they have what they call the Hollander. I don't remember what's in it, but they have a blueberry banana smoothie, and then they have a different one for Heated Rivalry. Love.
I'm assuming the Hollander one has ginger in it of some sort.
Oh yeah, genius. Genius. Love it. tuna and ginger. I'm kidding. Claire, that's disgusting.
It's just
Oh, goodness.
oh man.
Anyway,
Oh man. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're good.
yeah.
Here's till next time.
Yep. We'll see you next week.